So I actually managed to pre-order one of those fancy new Nintendo Switch 2 consoles. And to be honest, it wasn't much hassle over here in the UK. Sure, there was loads of places that were selling out hard and fast, but if you were able to get your fingers on a tasty little link somewhere, you could get on it, and I did that. It was quite good. But elsewhere in the world, it seems to be a bit crazy. So if you are looking to get one, hopefully you've got a link or you'll get one at some point. But anyway, now the console sorted, I was thinking, what about the most important bit? The games. So in this video, I'm going to go over the 5 games I'm going to be getting day one, or really excited about getting, and then the 5 upcoming games that are coming afterwards. Well, first up, it's a bit of an obvious one, but it's Mario Kart World. Now let's just get this out of the way. If you're not just a little bit excited about Mario Kart World, you should probably hold off from getting a Nintendo Switch 2. This is the launch game, and while it might not feel as big as Breath of the Wild launching with this first Switch, it still blows my mind that this is the first brand new Mario Kart in almost 11 years. I'll be honest, I wasn't blown away by the amount of new features shown in the latest Nintendo Direct, but that's more about the price than the game itself. Either way, I can't wait to play it. Next up, we've got The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, the Nintendo Switch 2 edition. And for some reason, I never stuck with Tears of the Kingdom when it first came out. I think I just hit a bit of fatigue after sinking so many hours into Breath of the Wild, and honestly, the whole building mechanic didn't really grab me. I know that sounds a bit petty, but it did make the game feel a bit dull for me. But with the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, we're not only just getting upgraded graphics and smoother frame rate, there's also a new app. Yeah, games come with apps now that let you share and download blueprints. Perfect for lazy players like me. Plus, because I already own the game and have a Nintendo Online membership, the upgrade's free, so it's a no-brainer really. Next up is Cyberpunk 2077, and it's a game I thought I would never play. When this game launched, it was a buggy mess, and like a lot of people, it completely put me off. Even after all the patches, I'd already moved on, but seriously, it feels like the perfect launch title for me now. I've been playing The Witcher 3 on Switch lately, and it's brilliant how CD Projekt Red squeezed the full game onto a cartridge. They're doing the same again for Cyberpunk 2077 on the Nintendo Switch 2, and as a physical collector, I love that. Unlike some games, looking at you, Street Fighter 6. So yeah, excited to finally jump in. Might not be the best way to play it overall, but it's the best way for me. Okay, next up we've got the Arcade Archives 2 version of Ridge Racer. Now, what kind of retro gamer would I be if I didn't mention at least one retro title coming to the Switch 2? So yeah, the original Ridge Racer from 1993 is launching it on Switch 2 on day one. Hamster Corporation has been smashing it on the Switch with their arcade ports, and it's brilliant finally being able to play these properly at home. Never played the arcade version back in the day, so this will be a first, and I can't wait. Okay, last up of my day one games is The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. So okay, I lied. There's another retro game I'll be jumping on day one, and that's this, Wind Waker via the online service. To be fair, I'm old, and it still feels like the GameCube came out like last year, not 23 years ago. Oh my god. Anyway, I never played Wind Waker back in the day. I was one of the many who didn't like the look of it at the time, but that's all changed now. After years of playing similar-ish Zelda games like Phantom Hourglass and the Link's Awakening remake, which was brilliant by the way, I can't wait to finally dive into this one. I kind of wish it was the HD version from the Wii U, but at least I'll be able to play it in its original form, or well, a more convenient one anyway. So that's 5 Switch 2 games I'll be grabbing day one, but here's 5 coming out later that I'm really excited about. Okay, let's kick this off with the obvious gorilla in the room, Donkey Kong Bonanza. This one looks absolutely beautiful, super colourful, super weird, and exactly the kind of mad platformer I'm here for. It's still classic platform by the looks of it at its core, but with a much bigger focus on just smashing through everything on screen, which just looks ridiculously fun. The new Donkey Kong design is brilliant too. He's got so much more personality packed into his animations now. It honestly feels like Nintendo are finally giving Donkey Kong the love he deserves again after years of just re-releasing his older games over and over. Speaking of which, I've been playing Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, which is another re-release or whatever. Anyway, it's a great game, so the timing for this couldn't be better. I'm properly excited for this. It looks like pure chaos in the best way. Next up is Metroid Prime 4, and it still feels weird saying that out loud considering how long we've been waiting for it. Technically, it's a Switch 1 game too, but the Switch 2 will definitely be the best place to play it with the boost in resolution, frame rate, and even the new new mouse controls, which sound really interesting. It's been an absolutely massive gap since we got a proper new Prime game, so I'm properly excited for this one. I'm planning to play through the remastered version of Metroid Prime before this one comes out, and that was really well received, so there's good reason to be, optimistic about the new one. So I don't mind waiting a little longer, Nintendo, just not too much longer. Anyway, next up is another GameCube game, and this is one I never really got into playing properly when it first released. It's Luigi's Mansion, and I've got a feeling if Nintendo are smart, they'll drop this onto the online service just in time for Halloween. Makes perfect sense, right? Same as with Wind Waker, it's just a really convenient way to finally dive into these classics, especially since it's included if you're already a subscriber. And Luigi's Mansion also feels like the kind of game that'll hold up well today. It still looks great and it's got bundles of charm. I'm definitely looking forward to finally giving this one the proper playthrough it deserves. Okay, next up we have the Dusk Bloods. Now, confession time, I've never really played a Souls game or anything from Software. I'm not even sure why, because they definitely appeal to me. I do think they look cool, I've just never really given them the time they properly deserve. But when I saw the trailer for the Dusk Bloods, it immediately grabbed me. The trailer was seriously creepy, but in a good way. It looked really creative, gorgeous, and really disturbing in some parts, which is weird for Nintendo. And I'm still not entirely sure what it's all about, but I do know it's a Switch 2 exclusive, and it sounds like it's taking multiplayer in a much more unique direction than the usual competitive stuff. If they can keep that eerie vibe and mix it with something fresh for online play, it could be something special. Really looking forward to seeing more when it launches next year. Lastly, we've got another Switch 2 edition of a Switch 1 game, and it's Kirby and the Forgotten Land, the Nintendo Switch 2 edition plus Star-Crossed World. There's a lot of text going on in this one. I did play the demo of the base game when it initially dropped, but I just never got around to picking it up properly, even though I liked it. It looked like great fun, but honestly, I'm just glad I waited because this new edition comes with exclusive DLC and the usual improvements, obviously, to graphics and performance. Out of all the Kirby games that have come out over the years, I think this is the only one that's properly grabbed me, if I'm being honest. I know it sounds weird, but it gave me a real Super Mario 3D Land vibe, with more structure and more platforming. I really like that. But I think I initially expected it to be fully open world after seeing the trailers, so maybe that threw me off a bit after the demo, I don't know why. But now with a fresh release, some new content, and it's still looking absolutely gorgeous, it's the perfect time to finally dive in when it hits in August. Should be a proper fun casual game to break up all the heavy hitters. And that's my list of day one games and upcoming games I'm excited for. And honestly, I could have went on forever because they didn't even mention Hollow Knight. Oh my god, I can't wait for Hollow Knight. Hades 2, we've been playing a lot of Hades 1 at the moment, and even Elden Ring, I'd love to jump on that. I can't believe that's going to be on the Switch 2. What's that going to be like? But anyway, here's the sad part. Loads of you out there will be able to play this on June 5th when it launches, but I will not. Even though I will own a Switch 2, I will not, because, my friends, my Switch 2 is for my birthday. My birthday is until the 26th of June. Oh, don't worry about it. Give me all your hugs for your screen. Don't worry about it. I know it's really sad. I've got to wait a good few days until I get mine. But don't worry about me. I'll just watch you guys playing yours from afar with a tear in my eye and maybe just wait a couple of weeks. I can do that. I'm fine. I'm fine. To be fair though, what a birthday that's going to be. I genuinely can't wait. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and let me know in the comments what you are excited to play on the Switch 2 when it launches, if you get one.